Today we're conducting an interview with Professor John Villec. Thank you for joining me. We are today in Studio A at Sacramento City College, where Professor Villec here is going to tell us a bit about the programs available and a bit about himself.
Well, I've been here at Sacramento City College since 2002. We helped build the first MIDI studio that we had here using early computer systems. And then I joined in the evolution of this recording studio here. We had an older analog deck, an older board. And then over the decades, we've upgraded the equipment and we've improved the equipment. And now we're running state-of-the-art analog console with digital recording systems with Pro Tools, tons of analog outboard processing that you see around the studio. I started playing professionally when I was 16. I played 5 nights a week in a bar, which I don't recommend to most folks. I did that for almost 6 years, continued to play in working bands most of my life until I was about 30 or so. So a lot of experience, in bars and in clubs and stuff. And I think valuable experience. Now that we're in music production, I can help students when they're talking about what do I do in my first gig, or what do I do if something goes wrong, or what do I do if I get into an uncomfortable situation. I have years of experience I can draw upon. Digital recording is awesome. Some people might even argue that it's perfect, but there's a certain sterility that kind of comes with digital recording that doesn't make the music seem recorded. And the secret is taking the analog equipment and mixing it with the digital technology. So the analog board, the analog tape, the analog processing that we have over there, they compensate for the sterility of digital recording and helps us bring the music more into that world of being recorded.
And it's such a privilege, I think, for students to be able to use all of this professional grade equipment and, even some older, uniquer equipment, analog and stuff like that. Do you think it's important for students to have that exposure if they're trying to get into a career or they're trying to follow these programs?
Well, it's definitely important to get exposure to this gear, because once they leave here, they're not going to have those opportunities available to them. So this is a great place to get a lot of experience. Our little motto is there's no substitute for experience. We spend half of our class in here with the gear, working with the gear. So it's just not about the book or the lectures, it's about actually touching the equipment and getting demonstrations with the gear. Something that's often missing from a recording program is the idea that you have to rehearse with the equipment just like you have to rehearse with an instrument. Sometimes recording, we record something, we make the compressor do its function, we might mix a little bit, and then we think we're done till the next class. And really what you need to do is you need to rehearse the skills of recording just the way you would rehearse the skills of playing the violin or any other musical instrument. And we have the facilities to do that. This is a really great opportunity. And we do our best to keep it open as early in the morning to as late at night as we can, so that as many students as possible can make use of the opportunity. I would encourage anyone out there to consider signing up for our courses, of course. Our first semester course, MUSM 342, is offered as online and in person. And we often encourage students to go back and forth so they get a bigger pool of musicians that they know.
Well, John Villec, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving us time for this interview and sharing your thoughts and your experience here at Sacramento City College.
Awesome.
You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys next time.